Hello, this is Mortromain and welcome to episode 8 of Let's Learn Starcraft 2. This will be a Protoss vs Zerg episode, a check-up on my situation. I kind of worked my way up at some point. I didn't play it for a while and I started playing again and I lost most of my MMR, so I'm back at where I was around. So I don't feel like I'm improving too much, but I kind of feel like I know what I'm doing more, so I don't know what it will lead to. My goal right now is to play enough to have no points in my bonus pool. So I guess this is a reasonable goal. I wasn't able to do it until now. The new season started a few days ago. I had like, I don't know, 250 points. I played a lot and that's when I lost my MMR. Anyway, we'll see if I can get up. I'm trying to improve my mechanics also. I changed my hotkeys and stuff, but I won't talk about it in this episode. I will wait and see if it's working or not. So yeah, let's enjoy the roach push against Protoss. So finally I had the opportunity to do my roach push in ZVP. This is after the patch, so maybe things changed and now not every Protoss do cannon rushes. I did it once before, but the guy's build was kind of bad, like strange, and like it was no match for the roach push. Here it's a little bit different. Let's remember the build. I didn't play it for a month, so I wrote it on a sheet of paper that I have in front of my keyboard, and while I'm playing I'm trying to read the stuff I'm supposed to do, which is not a very efficient way to play, but yeah, I couldn't play before, so I forgot a lot of stuff. So I built the hatch first, the extractor, the pool, I made a bunch of drones. I have speed, I made 2 queens, and I'm watching for adept. And I'm seeing 1, so I should be starting to make zerglings. The thing is, I stopped watching after this one and didn't check if there was another one. So when the queens finish, I'm supposed to build a roach warren. And then I'm making drones. And when the roach warren is finished, then I push with roaches and zerglings. While doing this, I take the third and I build more queens. So let's see what happens. So I'm making 4 zerglings. I'm supposed to get 6, yes, 2 other on the way. And what you can see on the production tab is like he's building a Stargate. Okay, so I'm seeing 1 adept now. Yeah, Stargate first. Like, the Stargate is over there, and in the end, what's getting out of the Stargate will come in my base before I hit his. So I might take a lot of damage. I should build sports quarters, but I didn't. And since I've confirmed I have at least 1 adept, in fact there's 2, but I wasn't watching. So I should have sent the Overlord in the base to scout, and maybe I could have seen the other adept also. Like, I know it didn't made a stalker first, so I'm kind of free to scout, and maybe it's worth it. I kind of have the money to spend the Overlord to be ready for the Stargate. So let's get back in my camp. So, the Roach Warren is building, metabolic boost is almost done, I have my zerglings for defense, and yeah, I'm building the Roach Warren. So I'm trying to find the adept, but I'm like, they're not here, they're in my base right now, so they're able to do a bit of damage, like 3 drones. It's not much, I have a lot of money, but like it's not what I should be having. Another thing that happens during this time is, like, if you watch, yeah, the Roach Warren was finished, and I wanted to make roaches, but I didn't have enough larvae to do them. Too many things were happening, and I forgot to check about the inject, because I want more roaches than this. And just a bit before, I'm supposed to make drones with this larva, but I'm supply blocked, so I can't do them. So yeah, in the end I end up with less drones than I should, and less roaches. Like, I make 2 more roaches, because I'm making 6 right now. I'll make 2 with the next set of larva, which comes just after, but I was a bit confused about what was happening. So now I'm still supply blocked, but I managed to make some zerglings, and didn't even saw it. I'm not sure. Like, the oracle comes in, and the adepts comes in at the same time. So the zerglings I have, where are they? Yeah, they're on their way. They shouldn't. They should stay for defense. That's why I made them, and I have more zerglings on the way. And the reason I'm making them after is because they should be able to reach the base around the time when the roaches arrives. And anyway, I want the roaches first to break the wall, so it's not the end of the world if the zerglings are late. So I'm getting wrecked right there. I'm thinking about what I'm doing, rallying my roaches, and I have an oracle in my base which killed 5 drones already, and they'll kill everything. Meanwhile, I don't even react to the adepts, I'm just attacking. So the push is pretty efficient, I guess. I'm checking the situation during the push, which is not good. I backed both queens into the same base to defend the drones, and I'm trying to manage 2 things at the same time, but like, the push seems more important to me at that moment. So kills my zerglings, but I have more on the way. I don't know why. I shouldn't have made this. Like right now they have another set of zerglings coming. I think I was panicking. Maybe they should have been drones, I'm not sure. In the end I'm able to do a bit more damage, and especially I will kill the Nexus, which is what I need to be doing. Like, if I don't kill the Nexus right now, with the damage I've taken, I've lost the game. And when the Void Ray arrives, I know he has some Oracle in his base, and I know Oracles wrecks Zerglings. So Void Rays are good against roaches. In the end I might be able to take down a few more probes, but I lose all my army. So I decide to stay here, to get back, I mean. Good thing is I supply block him. I killed the Nexus. Maybe what I should have done is not make these Zerglings, and the one who died over there, I'm not sure if they did a lot of damage. They should have taken care of this Nexus. So in the end I killed 21, he killed 18 workers. He has 19 right now, I have 16, but should be able to make a lot more with my larvas. Problem is I don't have a lot of money, but like, I'm already making 9 and I have 3 bases, so I think I was in a good situation. Like, the supply doesn't lie. It's still coming. I should have built sport crawlers right now, but too many things were happening, and I will end up making some. Thankfully, Zerg can make lots of drones to get back into the game. So yeah, I'm making Spore finally, and it will not really end the harass, but make it more manageable. So from now I'm just droning and taking a bit. I think I should have made the lair faster, probably, knowing you went for Stargate. So after this, I'm mainly thinking about what I should be doing, which, like, the purpose of making a build is to not think about it, but I was not very ready, and like I said, like, I lost my bearings because I didn't play it for a while. So I'm making gases, my macro is not great, I miss a lot of injects. Even though I have a lot of queens, but I mean, that's alright. He's still attacking, but with the spore it can't do much damage. And I will end up making hydras, getting upgrades. That's why I made 2 evolution chamber. I built a spire because I didn't know what he would be doing, and against Carrier or Tempest, I'm happy to have corruptors. Like, I asked my Zerglings to make a tour around the map to check for hidden bases, and when I come back to the third, he's taking it, and I'm seeing the Voidries and the army. So I don't want corruptors against Voidries, especially if there's only 2 of them. So I end up cancelling the Spire. Focus on Hydralisk. And I will gate 1-1, a bunch of roach and hydras. We'll jump to there. And so when I'm only making hydras and roaches, and when 1-1 finishes and the last round of units is coming, I'm almost maxed out and I go for it. And again, this is the moment he chooses to counterattack on my 4th base. I don't care about it. Like, I want to kill him. I'm kind of afraid of a Protoss because of Storm, and I don't know how to handle stuff. Yeah, I mess up a bit, but I have too much for him. So, like, yeah, I don't know if it's the macro or if I had a good advantage from the first push I did. So I showed this game because I want to make a modification to my build out from this. The problem was he made too much damage. So 2 things to keep in mind. These Zerglings that are here to defend, they stay in the base. Maybe not always, just until the other Zerglings arrive, I guess. So the defensive Zerglings should stay in the base if the adepts are undead. And this even when the push is going. Maybe once my roaches, the push has started, I can put them in, but not before that. Or else I'll take damage while the push is happening, and I might not be able to finish my opponent. Second thing is I need to scout with Overlord for tech. And I'm not sure how I should react to each tech, but for a Stargate I need to build 1 spore in every bases. I don't think I can afford making more queens. It will delay my push too much. If I see a Stargate, I should build 1 spore in the main and the natural. Maybe by the time I scout this, I'll be making my 3rd. Right when I scout, I'm keeping my Overlords ready to take cover if it's a Stalker. If it's a Stalker, I need to put him back. I won't be able to scout over there. And my other Overlord is way down because I was like checking for cannon rushes. But since I saw an Adept, and I'm not sure, I think Adept cost less gas. Yes. So he has more gas to make an earlier Stargate. I see the Adept, I want to be scouting, like, in the main. My question is, when will the spore be done? If I scout for this. Maybe I should make them, like, no matter what. But, like, it's kind of a waste if I don't need them. Thing is, I probably end up with a lot of money. Yeah, like, I want a 3rd, but I still have a lot of money. So I could have, like, build a spore anyway. It seems strange to build stuff without scouting if I have a scouting options. But the build will be easier if I build them anyway. And the game is harder, but funnier if you have to scout and do more things. So I guess I will keep the build like this. I will scout and I will build spores only if I see the target. Maybe this line will go there, because I want to scout for tech, but by the time the Overlord comes into the base, I want to have the Watch Warren on the way. So yeah, that's it for this game. In this game I want to tackle a few things. So I did my build pretty well, I think. I'm making 2 Overlords and I'm far from supply blocked, but I guess that's better than being supply blocked. So the first wave of roach arrived. They're not grouped up, but like I never group them up. It's too much work. And I have other stuff to do. And the Earthlings are on their way, here and here. They're a bit late to the party, but I mean, that's okay for now. What happened? His build, he made a Twilight Council first to do a research, which I shouldn't know about, okay? And I saw the robo, like, when he was building it. So I know there will be immortal, and I'm pretty confident in this situation with my push. The thing is, it didn't send Adept before a long time, so I didn't had to make Zerglings, and I made drones. So I have a few less Zerglings than what I'm used to have, and a few more drones. Let's see how this happens. So I'm losing 1 watch because, like, I went too soon. Don't know why he sent the immortal away. So first thing, I don't know it, but he has a bunch of gateways over there. So he could be warping right now and he has the money for it. Or maybe he's supply blocked. Overall, he could have 4 more units now. Like, these gates just finished. So it might change a lot of things if a player, like, say, saw the roaches, built a shield battery and had 4 more units. Maybe this push is not enough. I'm not sure about it. Anyway, I'm getting in, but, like, I think in this situation, if I'm making Zerglings, I win. But I'm not. I'm making drones because I want to see what I should do next, and the goal... Like, okay, the watch push is working most of the time. I want to see... I want to learn more about not the late game, but the mid game, I would say. So I'm not sending any more units, I'm killing a ton of probes, and you end up killing this. I was not watching, maybe I could have won. Like, the Immortal will finish it, but had I my units grouped and targeting, like, the robotic facility, or maybe not the Twilight, I don't really care about it, but maybe the pylons, or focusing the Nexus, but they went all over. Anyway, if I look at the situation, he has 26 probe, I have 45 drones, and we have kind of the same army. The thing is, he has a lot of production, but I didn't knew about it because I didn't scout this. I should have, like, 1 Zerglings is not much. So I could have scouted easily, but, like, too many things in my mind. So what did I do during this? Like, first I have a lot of money, a lot. So let's get back a bit. So roaches are on their way, I'm building a ton of Zerglings, and I'm making my 3rd. I'm building 2 queens, which is in my build, and the build in there. So I'm not sure what to do about it next. The thing is, I have 400 minerals now, and I shouldn't have much lava. Yeah. So maybe I missed an inject. Yeah, probably like half an inject I missed. So maybe I shouldn't have these minerals and they should be drones, but I'm saturated almost over there and over there. But the thing is, usually I build Zerglings to handle the Adepts, which could be coming. And now, in this game I didn't. And so I have money, I'm sending my army... Oh, my chem. So I'm seeing that I have too much money. So I'm building an extractor, and I'm taking the layer to be able to spend it later, like the gas, I mean. I'm not macroing a lot during this, but I'm making 11 drones. So let's see. I probably missed a full inject now. No, not yet, but almost a full inject. So maybe this is what's happening, but what would have I done with this inject? Make more drones? Like, I'm already saturated. So I guess I should take gases way before all of this. But maybe it's not possible usually because I made Zerglings, so I have more drones now. And most of the time I need the early Zerglings. So in the end, I'm not sure what I should be doing. Like, if I look at the unit, I don't have many larvae to spend my money on, and I'm flooding minerals, and I'm searching a way to spend it, like make queens and stuff, but like, I considered taking a fourth, but the third is not even done yet, and I don't have enough drones to get into it. I'm not even like watching what's happening in his base. I see he's making sentries, and then I'm trying to macro. Saturating everything, like, I just made more drones again, and I'm doing another round. So it's way too many drones, I guess, for this situation. Like, with this 5 drones, I will have all 3 mineral lines saturated. In the terrain build order, I said I wanted 3 full mineral lines, then build the gases, but I guess I need the gases way before this, or I'll end up in this situation. The problem is, because I have more drones now, if I use this game and say, for example, like there, at 4 minutes, I have my 8 roaches in the way, I have 300, and I'll make like a ton of Zerglings after. I'll just check if I would have enough to make them. Yeah. Like right now, I could have had the third at 4 minutes, no problem. So I could say, right after I build the roaches, I'm taking my third. Right? So I will have more lava, but most of the time I won't have that much money, because I'm building my Zerglings. So I don't know how I can find something to trigger this. One way of handling this would be to say I'll make 12 Zerglings at some point. Like, I launched the 2 queens. I'm not sure about the timing, but maybe after the queens are sent, I make 12 Zerglings, and I send them like over there to try and surprise the adept. The problem is I will need to have speed done to catch the adept. But in the end, this would be easier for me. So I'm not sure how this would end up. Like, it feels strange to say I'll make an army I don't need, just because I don't want to be thrown off. I could use this advantage, the fact that it didn't send adept, to take a faster third and faster gases. But maybe I will do it, because the problem now is the transition from there, and I don't know anything about it. I'm still working on it for Terran. Like, Zerg is different because I'm not doing the same push, but for Terran I'm trying to figure out when to take the gases, etc. So it's the same with Protoss. Like, if I put different path depending on if he sent adept or not, this will become very complicated, I think. So this is what I will do. So normally, if adept, then 6 Zerglings per adept. Now this will be 12 Zerglings. And I will see if I'm flooding minerals also. I kind of want to take my third before I'm taking the gases, because once I'll be having a lot of gases, I might not be able to make drones. I'm not sure about it, but I want to try this out for now. Next time I will be handling this with more zerglings. I might, because I'll have 12 zerglings, I might not make more after the roaches. I'm not sure. Like if I had 12 more zerglings when the push arrived, probably would have won anyway. So I'll try to have zerglings up to 20 for the push. I made 18 in this one. Like 20 seems like a round number. I'll probably mess up anyway because I don't control how many zerglings I'm making. I'm just holding the Z key, so often I'm making more than I want. Anyway, and if I have some larvae to spend, I'll make drones, I guess, because I don't want the push to be too strong if I want to learn the following of the build. And so now, what do I do next? And this, like, let's finish what was happening. So my push is over, and the thing is, I didn't sow his production, but he's making a ton of army right now. And I'm droning like mad, which I probably shouldn't, and he's coming with like 2 immortals and a bunch of zealots. He has charge, which I did not notice, by the way. Like, this building, it was a gateway for me. Like, it's always a gateway. I saw the robo. I never considered him going for a zealot push, which is kind of stupid, but like, it's the way it is. So he's pushing. I'm resisting quite a bit, but in the end I lose too much. He's taking my third, and then he's taking my natural. And the thing is, I made too many zerglings doing this. And sometimes it's okay, sometimes it's not. And I don't know how to know this. Like, I could have scouted these gates, and maybe I would have met. It's too many things to think about. Like, if he has a Stargate, it's different. But it makes sense, like, to use this push to scout also. So I guess I should do it. And if I see like 5 gates like this, so with this one it's 6 in total, I should stop drawing and make an army. And the thing is, I should have more gas than this, so I should be able to make a ton of roaches. What do I do after the third? So while the push is going, I guess, if I'm thinking about it, I want upgrades for later. I want, I don't know, 3 gases. I want a lair and speed and hydras. So I need a timing for these upgrades. The thing is, mineral, I can't count on it right now. So I just have to set something and try it out, because I'll have less drones next time. So I would say when my roaches are building, like when I have 100 gas, I should start making the 2 Evo chambers. So this will put them before the third. So I'll build only 2 gases, I guess, and the lair probably won't come at the same time, because I might as well launch the upgrades before. Like, why am I saying 100? Because I figure by the time I'm making the Evo chamber, which is 25 seconds, so let's see, 4 minutes and 25. Yeah, I have almost 200. So, oh, I'm forgetting something. Carapace upgrades is 150, so this doesn't work if I want double upgrades. So I guess it's when I have 150 that I should build the Evo chambers. I won't write it down, I don't think it matters if I make them at 100 or 150, so I won't try to line up everything perfectly for now. When I build the roaches, they're on their way, I build 2 Evo chambers, and I take 2 gases. Like, I only want 2 because I'm afraid I won't be able to take the third. I probably forget about the upgrade, so I'll write 2 Evo and 2 gases, zerglings up to 20, upgrades, and drones. to gas, because I won't be able to... what I'm doing usually, I build the extractor, and then I build 3 new drones that I send in. But I need to keep my larva to make overlords and to build the zerglings. So won't be able to do it, and I need to remember to take, because I'm doing this, like building the drones and send them, rally them to the extractor, because I know I will forget about the drones to put in. So I need some reminders to remember this. So I launch the upgrade. After I launch the zerglings and I send the drone to gas, I take the 3rd right after. I build 2 queens, and I guess then the lair when I can, speed when I can, and hydrogen when I can. This will be my transition for this. The question is, I'm not sure if by doing this I will be able to hold the push after. I'm not sure the upgrades will be done. I'm not sure I'll have enough money if I make the zerglings, but we'll see. And yeah, I'll be spending a lot, but I had a lot of money, so some of this money will be transformed into gas. So with this gas I might be able to make more roaches. Another thing I need to write down is when is to scout while the push is happening. I'm not sure where to put it. It might be like push is happening during all of this. This is problematic to me because I might forget or be late on all of these. But alright, I write it down here. I'll try to remember it and see when I can do it. I'm not sure this makes any sense. Like in the end, what I should have seen is a push was coming. And even though I did damage, this doesn't mean the push is not coming anymore. So, question is, will it stop like Hydras, for example? Probably. But if there is a target, I guess this is fine. Like I want Hydras. I can't get out of my base without Hydras if he's building, if he's going for a target. So yeah, I'm not sure what this means. I don't know where I'll be drone-wise and army-wise with this new transition and the 12 zerglings there, but we'll see. Last thing I wanted to see, like right now when I build the roach warren when the queen finishes, and what ends up happening is that I have a full inject done and the roach warren is almost done but not yet, and I don't have the money to build 8 roaches. So what I'm doing is building drones, like 4 drones are 200, so I have 500 right now. I don't have the overlords, but like the money is spent, so I could have made the overlord before. So let's say I have 200 more, so I'm at 600. So roaches are 75, 25, so I could have made 8 roaches right now. Problem is I don't have the larvas. Okay, I have 1 here and I spend 4 for drones. Because what I'm doing right now is waiting until the second inject is finished, and then I'm making the roaches. I end up with not that much money. Like I won't change this for now, because I just like triggered evolution chamber with the roaches and stuff. So for now I won't change anything, but maybe I could have 8 roaches before. It means I'm making like 3 to 4 less drones at the beginning. Don't really like that. But this will be an option for later. The other thing I could do is wait to build the roach warren, but there's no point when I need the money to do anything, so I might as well build it when I'm building it. So yeah, that's it for this game, I think. Maybe a bit confused, but I hope I was clear enough in my head and in yours. I think I found a build order that kind of counter my roach push. This is a very defensive one. The guy has 2 sentries, 2 shield batteries and 2 immortals, and I'm unable to break through. I can't even kill 1 sentry because of the batteries. He was kind of late on its force field. I wait a bit, I was macroing and get back at it again, I lose everything. So, at the end of this exchange, I have same amount of worker than he has, but I lost a lot of army. So I'm way behind on supply. I managed to catch up after this, but this is too much. I should abort the push in this case, and I could have seen it. Like, I saw he was not doing anything with his warp gate, like his gateway rather. I saw the robotics facility, I went back there. I'm seeing at a depth, I think I made Zerglings. Yes, so I have 12. This is what is in my build. I see one sentry, I see one shield battery. I'm saying I see, but I didn't see anything. Like, I was watching my base, not caring about what he was doing. I had my Zergling, so I was fine. Just before I make my roaches, like, my roaches aren't on the way, but they are now. I could have seen I'm under everyone's cam, but in my cam I can see 2 shield batteries, I can see 2 sentries, and I should know that this is too much. Like, 1 shield batteries if... like, it depends on the tech. Like, robotic facility will have immortals, and it will wreck my roaches with this. And 2 sentries, you can force fields for days. So in this case I should not make the roaches. I'm not sure how to see it. I'm not even sure when the situation is good or not. But now when the roach weren't finished, I make roaches, but if it looks good. This is just like I write it on a sheet of paper, and I hope I will remember that just before I make the roaches I should analyze the situation. I can't do it before making the roach warren because there's not enough things to see. But even if I make like, he made 2 shield batteries, he made sentries instead of adepts, so I'm fine. I won't lose any workers, although I have the Zerglings. But anyway, it's okay if I lost like 200 for the roach warren. Like, he lost 200 for the shield batteries. So I should skip this part of the build, like the push, and continue taking my third, taking up extra. Now, let's talk about the transition. I changed the transition a bit based on what I'm doing in PvZ. So now what I want is first 2 gases before the third. It's not in PvZ I take the third first, but here I don't have enough money to take the third right now. So while the roaches are building, I take 2 gases and I try to take the lair. I couldn't here, but I made too many overlords, and like I think 12 Zerglings is too much. So I'd like to have 1 or 2 more drones. Let's say 2. So yeah, I said make 12 Zerglings. I'll make 8. Maybe it's too few, but they're here to defend against 2 adepts, and I have the queens with me. So I'll see what I can do. Problem is, like, the guy will shade, move here. I don't know how much damage I'll take from this, but we'll see. I hope with only 8 Zerglings and not too many overlords, I can make 2 gases and the lair, build up my Zergling count for the push, then get 2 evos, and I'm not sure when the third can come into play. Let's see. No, so I launched my third before the lair, but after the gases, and I don't have the evo chambers. So I kind of messed up. This doesn't make any sense. So what I'll do, I guess, is take the third, and then so I'll wait until I have enough money to take the third. I take the third, I take 2 gases. Whenever I can, I take the lair. While doing this, I build my Zerglings count up, and then I build 2 evo chambers. Problem is, when the push happens, I tend to look at what I'm doing in the fight and not what's happening in my base. So this makes my transition. I think maybe I'll have to fiddle with this a bit. Now the last thing, when I get back, I've been defeated. I droned up like mad during the push, which is what I'm kind of supposed to do, but I'm only 43 drones. My third is on its way, and I have the Evo chambers. I'm taking the lair. I have a bit too many gas. I guess like taking the third first will help with that. And I'm afraid. Like I don't see his supply, but I know I'm behind. Like I made no damage, and he has kept all his army. So I'm taking my upgrades, and after this I'm making roaches, constant roaches, because I'm waiting for a push from his side. And usually I don't do that. Usually I make drones over there. And in the end, this push that's coming usually kills me. Even if I made a bunch of damage, I killed a bunch of probes, I killed the Nexus, like pushes me and I die. And this time I don't die straight away. The thing is, like he had two zealots there that I hadn't seen, and they will kind of kill me because they'll kill my base, and I kind of needed it. But I didn't die. What are the signs that tells me that I should make army? Maybe it's just like I should build up a bunch of like roaches whenever I can after a certain number of drones. Like I'm saturated here, and I have some drones over there. So I guess when the push is finished, I'm supposed to build an army and taking up while doing it, probably. Like what I said was in the last episode, I scouted the main during the push, but I couldn't do it right now, and I know I'm in trouble. And I must army. Maybe that's what I should do always. Like I'm getting my upgrades, and I might want to do a push with 1-1, or just defend with 1-1, depending on what he's doing. This is not like I should scout during the main push if I can, but what I should do is when the push is over, I mass army. I might want to build a few drones here and there, not sure, but I need an army against Protoss right now. So I guess this wraps it up. I end up losing the fight with storms. I get wrecked. Like I make a counter attack after his attack. I do quite a lot of damage. And then I lose my army. But I'm kind of a good shape after this. Even the supply. I mass another army. I move up, and I was not watching this fight, and like the storms destroys me. I think the storm destroys me here. So like I've not lost yet, but I'm building army, and yeah, the same thing happens again, and I'm dead. So yeah, that's it for this game.